Check. All right, so this video is going to be about using sexual energy for manifestation. All right, so from the jump, when we're talking about sexual energy, know that we're dealing with the energy which we use to create life with. All right, so we're talking about an extremely powerful energy. It is our creative energy, the life force energy. So, I'm going to read the part out the book, the method that the author gives. He provides most basic method with using this type of sex magic. And then we'll just go from there. All right. So the most basic sexual process. A quick web search will reveal that the most basic form of sex magic is to think of your desire at the moment of orgasm and then forget about it for a while. This does work, but the book does not end here, although some people would like to say that's the end of the story. There's a lot more to it than that. Many years ago, when building my career as a novelist, I was shortlisted in a reasonably large competition. The first prize was not especially prestigious, but there was a cash handout of about $13,000 for the winner, and that caught my attention. I had only 10 days until the award ceremony. I was a practicing occultist, and I could have put a lot of effort into devising a precise ritual to win the competition. Instead, I decided to relax, enjoy myself, and try basic sex magic. I was in a relationship with somebody who did not even believe in magic, so I knew she would not be willing to help me. My magic was simple. I achieved orgasm at least 3 times a day. At the beginning of each sexual ritual, I thought about the result I wanted. Then I forgot about the results and simply masturbated, enjoying whatever sexual fantasies came to mind. Then, during the final few seconds, as orgasm was approaching, I pictured myself winning the prize and chanted the word success over and over until my orgasm faded. I won the prize. Of course, I may have won it anyway, but I have tested this process many times over the years and found it to work. There are 6 important points here. All right. So the author is about to give the 6 points which made it all work. Listen closely. 1. The result was something that was within reach, but not certain. I wasn't trying to win the Booker Prize or be a best-selling millionaire. It was a goal just outside my normal level of expectation. Something in reach, something achievable, believable. 2, I acknowledged the result I wanted as I started to masturbate, but then let go of that thought and focus on the sexual pleasure. 3, I allowed myself to remember the goal as the orgasm approached. The timing here needs to be quite precise. When you reach the point of no return, where you are definitely going to orgasm no matter what happens, that's when you think of your goal. 4, I pictured the result as well as I could, but because I didn't know exactly where the award ceremony would take place or who would be there, I also chanted a word that summed up the result I wanted. It's difficult to think clearly as you approach orgasm, and it's this moment of orgasmic oblivion that makes it all so powerful. So, a simple method for crystallizing your goal is to use a one-word mantra along with picturing your wish. 5. The feeling of success was created as though it was happening now. That is, I pictured myself as though I was there in that moment. I didn't imagine it as a future event, but as something that was happening right now. I chanted the word success as though I just heard the announcement that I was the winner. I did not think I'll win on Friday. I'll win first prize. That would push the success into a future that would never arrive. Instead, I made it feel real in the moment of now, keeping it short and simple. 6. Afterward, I let go. Orgasm is so pleasant that it's easy to move on and think about something else. I never let myself ponder the award after I reached that point. If later in the day I found that I was thinking about the award again, I'd simply repeat the process. Okay. We can build on this process and add more power, but there is enormous energy in this most basic of approaches. You don't need anything other than yourself, and yet it works. Those 6 points are absolutely fundamental to success with this style of magic. You can create a ritual very quickly and easy so long as you bear those 6 points in mind. It works best when there is a short-term goal in the near future, as described above. I also found that masturbating at least 3 times a day worked best for me. But this was never out of a sense of obligation. I have a high sex drive, so whenever I felt the least bit aroused, I'd go ahead with the ritual. If you don't have a high sex drive, don't force yourself. But if you can get in the mood at least once a day, that is a good way to go. Some people find that chanting a word feels unusual, embarrassing, or just plain wrong for the operation they are working on. If you can't find a word, you can use an image instead, and at the moment of orgasm, you simply picture this image. The image can be related to the goal, but it doesn't need to be directly related. So long as you decide on the image in advance and decide that the image represents the goal for you, it will work. All right. So we're going to leave that right there. That fucking magic is really fire information if you do the work. I mean, what do you really have to lose? Like, niggas is just busting meaningless of nuts anyway. You know what I'm talking about? Adventures in Sex Magic. Control Your Life with the Power of Lust by Damon Brand.